Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to obtain the exotic SMG Barrow-Dyad and fully upgrade its intrinsic perks. Starting off, you should finish up Act 1, 2 and 3 of this season, since this will not only provide you with reputation and help you familiarize with zones in the Nether, but it will also unlock locations that you will need for the exotic upgrades. When it comes to reputation, you need to hit at least rank 12 in both the Resolve and Ambition paths if you want to fully upgrade your Barrow-Dyad. Alright, once you're done with all that, you can now start the mission to obtain Barrow-Dyad. To unlock the mission, you're going to have to go inside this mysterious blight that can spawn in 3 areas of the Nether. This blight takes about 5 seconds to spawn once you load into the Nether, so make sure you give it those few couple of seconds before reloading. Also, the blight spawns randomly, so it might take you 10, 20 or even 50 reloads into the Nether Explorer before you see it. In the trenchway, the blight spawns far back opposite of where you start. Very easy to see, you don't even have to move. In the mausoleum, the blight spawns on the wall to the left of where you fight the final ogre boss. You just jump up on this rock and you can see it from here. Lastly, in Hall of Souls, the blight will spawn in the middle corridor area close to where you would fight the final boss, right on top of the bridge. Once you've found your blight, go ahead and enter it. Now you will see the mechanic of this whole questline, which is basically stepping on a plate and then stepping down depending on where it tells you. For example, in this case, I was told to step down to the right by looking at the message something whispers to the right. After you step down, you will get teleported across, and now you will be able to pick up the first osseous fragment. The next step is to return to Eris's apartment and visit the slab. This will unlock the Taken Path mission for you. The first step in that mission is to purchase the Scotopic Rune enhancement, so go ahead and activate it in the slab. Now we are going to head into the K1 Revelation Lost Sector on the Moon in order to obtain the next Taken fragment. However, when you get here, instead you will notice this small blight and a plate to step onto. Step on the plate and then step down in the direction that it whispers. After that, defeat all the enemies and grab the osseous fragment at the end. Now, in order to find the next fragment, we are headed towards the Veils Labyrinth Lost Sector in Cosmodrome. Go ahead and enter the Lost Sector and follow the tunnels until you find the next blight. However, this time you will have to step on 3 different plates, and now you will step down in the direction that the plate is pointing, which for the first plate is forward. For the second plate it's to the left, and for the last plate it's backwards. After that, clean up the Lost Sector, go inside the tunnels again, and follow where the enemies are spawning. You should be able to see them on your radar. Get to the end and defeat the mini-boss to grab the next osseous fragment. Now head back to the slab and pick up the 3 curse missions. These next 3 missions will have you go to that specific area, pick up this taken relic, and kill enemies with it until it's fully satisfied. At that point, the timer on top will disappear and you will get a message stating that the curse grows heavy with power. Now all you have to do is dunk the curse in the marked spot. Now, as you just saw, the first curse was in Altars of Sorrow, the Moon. The second curse is in the Hallowed Grove Lost Sector and EDZ. Make sure you kill all the enemies in here or else the door won't open. And the third and final curse is inside the Nightmare Hand Pride. This is a mission on the moon. You will have to defeat a pretty tanky boss at the end. Luckily for you, there is matchmaking for this activity. After completing all 3 curse missions, now you have to venture into the Nether and interact with these 3 statues to spawn a mini-boss that you have to kill. Now, luckily for you, this is slightly bugged at the moment and it allows you to interact with the same statue 3 times after reloading your instance. So if you load in 3 times into the trenchway, you can interact with that same statue those 3 times and complete this next step. The statue in the trenchway is directly ahead of where you spawn. You just have to cross this tunnel and you will see the statue on the other side. For Hall of Souls, the statue is on your right as soon as you spawn. In the mausoleum, the statue is located also close to the spawn, but slightly below. Go ahead and interact with these statues and kill the mini-bosses to pick up the osseous fragments. Now, the final step to obtain your Barrow-Dyad is to complete the Derealize Exotic mission, which you can launch from the last city. I would suggest bringing your best loadout, especially if you plan on soloing this mission, which is basically made up of all the mechanics we've learned so far from progressing the questline. When you load in, you'll be met with a bunch of enemies and a subjugator. Once you defeat all of them, the portal will open up and take you to the next area. Once you get there, you will have to redo the Taken Relic mechanic by killing the ogres that drop the Taken Relic. Then you charge up the relic by killing enemies until it's full, and lastly, you will deposit the relic on the big blights. After you repeat this 4 times, you will be teleported and will be able to finish off the boss. Once you're done with that, you will notice the plate mechanic happening again, but this time with runes on the wall. This is really straightforward. You step on the plate, check if the symbol matches the first symbol in the sequence. If it does, you simply step in the direction that the plate is pointing. If it doesn't match the symbol, you simply stay on the plate and don't move. For example, in this case, the first symbol was the circle and the plate is pointing right. So I step on the plate, see that the symbols are matching, and step down in the direction that the plate is pointing, in this case to the right. Then I step on the plate again and check if the symbol, in this case the A symbol, appears on the rune. Since it doesn't appear, I don't move. On the next plate, it does appear, so I simply move in the direction where the plate is pointing. Rinse and repeat until you're done with all 4 symbols. After that, you do a little bit of parkour and grab the next osseous fragment. Jump down the tunnel and climb up to the next area. This area with the walls and holes and booby traps can be very confusing, but I've simplified it and figured out the most logical routes, so simply follow along. And here we have to destroy 3 hidden crystals in order to open the sealed door. These crystals are located on the other side of the invisible wall. To get there, we are going to go inside the wall on the left, climb up, and then drop back down, so follow me. Once you land on the other side, kill these 2 enemies and follow me to the 3 crystals that we have to destroy. In case you're lost, we are going to start with the wall that has the Taken geyser constantly exploding. After you've destroyed all 3 crystals, you can either grapple up to the exit or follow me for the intended route. Once you get here, you can go ahead and grab your Barrow-Dyad and start the encounter where you will face the final boss, alternating between fighting him and his taken self. You will also have to destroy these small blights a couple of times in order to be able to damage the boss. After defeating one of them, you will go back to where you came from and seal the door by standing on this plate. And that's basically the mission completed and Barrow-Dyad obtained. You can go ahead and visit the slab to grab the Dyadic Ascension quest, which is basically your intrinsic upgrades. This part is really straightforward. First, make sure that you're at least rank 12 in the resolve path. Then you will need to collect 18 osseous fragments around the nether. There are 6 in each starting area. I will leave a guide showing your location linked below. After you've ticked off both requirements, you can go back to the slab and watch it out to complete the first 4 intrinsic upgrades. You can also do this step by step, but collecting all 18 fragments in one go is just more efficient. After completing the 4 intrinsic upgrades, now you will get a quest for the final upgrade called Dyadic Perfection. This requires you to collect 6 more fragments located in the Soundless Cell Strike, and complete the strike itself. Once again, you can find the 6 fragment in the same video that I've linked when looking for the first 18 fragments. As a bonus, if you complete the strike while using Barrow-Dyad and only SMGs, autos and machine guns, this will count towards your future catalyst quest, so it saves you from running this again later. You can simply equip those at the end. And that's all your intrinsic upgrades unlocked. Hope you guys enjoyed the guide, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask in the Discord server. Have a wonderful rest of your day.